Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Sam from Bet442 here, and today we're going to be answering the question, what does handicap betting mean when it comes to betting on rugby? So before I jump straight into explaining what handicap betting in rugby is, here we are on our lovely Bet442 website, just so I can show you where you might come across this market or how to find it. So I've selected Rugby Union down the left hand side and I've gone into all, and I'm going to use South Africa against New Zealand to show you where this market is. So at the top you can see the to win market. We've got South Africa and New Zealand. Now when you go further down, you can see the handicap market, which is the one we're talking about in this video. As you can see, we've got two options. We've got South Africa minus 8.5 or New Zealand plus 8.5. Now, what does handicap betting actually mean? Well, I'm going to use the example I've just shown you on Bet442 of South Africa minus 8.5 and New Zealand plus 8.5 to help explain it. And let's look at the minus 8.5 South Africa first. So what you want to do as soon as you see a minus handicap, such as a minus 8.5, is immediately think that this team is starting at a disadvantage. So with the minus 8.5, that is the amount of points you're taking off the number of points the team has scored in the game at the end of the match. So for example, if South Africa scored 30 points, you take minus 8.5 away from that. So they've ended up actually in 21.5 points. And that's for the bet only. Obviously the actual game doesn't change or doesn't get affected, but just for betting purposes, you have this number of points taken away. The goal of doing this is to make the contest more even when it comes to betting. But now let's look at New Zealand and then plus 8.5. So if you see a plus handicap, such as a plus 8.5 of New Zealand, picture this as an imaginary head start. So they're starting on 8.5 points before the game's actually begun. Again, obviously this isn't the case in the real match, this is just for betting purposes. But if New Zealand end the game on 30 points, for betting purposes, they're ending the game on 38.5 points. So they've got that advantage in the bet. So I've now put a diagram in front of you just to show you a few examples of who wins in which situations. So as you can see, we're still using the same game, the South Africa minus 8.5 and New Zealand plus 8.5. So looking at situation 1, South Africa wins by 9 points. They win the game by 30 points to 21. Now, if you've placed the South Africa minus 8.5 handicap bet, the bet is still won because you've won by 9 points, which is more than the minus 8.5 handicap. Now, if South Africa win that game by 1 point less, if they win by 8 points or fewer than that, as you can see, they will lose that handicap bet. Because even if they win 30 points to 22, as we see here, once you take away the handicap, they finish on 21.5 points, which is less than New Zealand's 22. Now finally, we've got an example where New Zealand loses the match but wins the bet. A bit like the one before, but just looking at it from the other angle. So you place a New Zealand bet plus 8.5. They lose the game 38 points to 30, but because they have the plus 8.5 handicap, in betting, they win that game 38.5 to 38. So your New Zealand plus handicap bet wins in that situation. So folks, there we have it. You now know what handicap betting in rugby is. You know you're not just betting on a team to win, but you're betting on the result once the handicap has been added to it. So as I say, you now understand what it is. I've shown you where to place a handicap bet on our Bet442 website, and I've shown you a few examples of winning and losing bets. So I hope you found the video useful. If you did, please give it a like. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And finally, if you want to check out our Bet442 website, I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you very much.